Hey everyone, this is Tim from Arcana Networks. The other day I put out a video on the MEVO API. It was a high-level video on how it works, what it does, and we ended it by doing a small little sample API call where we created a user in the MEVO server. This video is going to go a little bit more in depth and show you a little bit of the creativity that you can do with it, and I will show you one of the tools that I made. So lately, we've been doing a lot of migrations for customers from ACS to ICE, and part of that migration process, if they're running MAV or .1x on their spokes, means we need to push out that update to all of their spoke routers to point to the new set of ICE servers. Now, using MEVO, this is really easy. You can just add a new template, put in the new configuration here, and then you can go over to your devices page, run the apply templates operation. We have a whole video on that already. Now the problem is, what if our customers don't have a small lab environment of one account, but have thousands and thousands of spokes? Well, now I've been getting all these emails saying, hey, can you check these handful of devices to make sure that they've been updated to the latest ICE version? So every week I need to go into this filter and I need to put in every single username, and I need to filter by these usernames and then run this search configuration tool. We also have another video on this. But this whole thing just started to be kind of slow to me, especially when it became a weekly ritual. So I thought, how could I make this same exact tool using the MEVO API where it might just be a little bit faster for me to use? So let me walk you through my thought process on how I built that. So the first thing I needed to do is I needed to find a way to get the MEVO server to run a show command. Now I can do that using the Pi CLI on demand MEVO API. Two problems with this. First, I need IP addresses, not usernames. The second problem is better explained if I just run this program for you. So let me run this, Python 3, and this is pi underscore cod.py. So this is going to go to 152.0.1, which is my test spoke, and it's going to run the show run brief command. But this output doesn't look anything like the output for if I were to run this on my router. Instead, this gave me an operation key. And I actually need to take this operation key, and I need to put this operation key into this operation status API call. So let's go ahead and put this one in here, and then let's run this guy. So Python 3, pi underscore operation status.py. Okay, so the output of this one actually looks like what I would get out of my router. So if I can use Python to kind of combine these API calls together, then I'm probably about halfway there to what I need. I still need to solve the problem of getting the IP address when I only have the username. Thankfully, I have one other API call called PyRouterDetails, and I know the login name that I'm using is Quinn4451. So let's go ahead and run this guy so you can see what this looks like. PyRouterDetails.py. So as you can see, when we run this API call, we get all these details about this user, including, hey, there's the IP address. So now I kind of have all the different APIs that I need to run my show command. I just need to use a little bit of Python knowledge to put together the rest. So here is what I did. Let's close out of these. Let's go over to what I made. So first, I want to make a tool that is going to get IP addresses out of usernames for me. So what I did is, using Python, I was able to make a list of usernames input by the user. And you'll notice I am dynamically building this payload now based off of that list that I created. Let me show you how this actually works. So let's change over to the right directory. Tim Python scripts. And then let's run the client version of that script. So Python 3, client get address.py. And let's put in the MEVO usernames. We'll put in Quinn4451 and we'll put in Ike Test. I know this username also exists in the lab test server that I'm using. And voila, there are my list of IP addresses. So now I want to use this same kind of Python idea to now ask me, what is the show command that I'm running? What kind of criteria am I matching on? And then use Python to search through the output of that show command to see if there are any matches within the usernames that I'm looking at. So first, I had to build that Python script that will combine everything together so I can get the show output. So let's see what that looks like. So Python 3, client show.py, MEVO usernames, Quinn4451, Ike Test, and the show command, show run brief, pipe section radius. So this one's going to take a little bit longer because it needs to be able to SSH to the device and grab all those details, but it's already done. And we can actually see, here's the output for Quinn4451, here's the output for Ike Test. So now all we need is we need to do some sort of stare and compare search, some sort of parser that's going to see if my match criteria is contained within that show output. So let's do Python 3, client audit.py. And again, same exact tools over and over again. So Quinn4451, Ike Test, show command, show run brief, pipe section radius. And what is our match criteria? Well, the address of our iServer is this. And we can see Quinn contains a match, Ike Test does not contain a match. If we compare this to our output above, yep, Quinn4451 has that IP address in it, and Ike Test does not. So hopefully you find this video useful and gives you some ideas of what you can build using MEVO and the API. If you have any questions, feel free to let us know.